Board, May 19th. It is 6:30. Roll call. We'll start with Tim.
Present.
Terry Delapaz.
Fred Massey.
Jenny Flanagan.
Blake Costa.
Okay, and we do have a quorum. The first matter of business is the approval of the minutes. Were there any concerns or questions about those minutes? Hearing none, I would make a motion to accept them as provided by Alyssa, our illustrious secretary and gal of all things good. Second, Terry, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is Sutler's Green, major subdivision, land development, owner Last Ever Realty, LLC, Plat 20, Lot 16, 159 and 164. This is a public hearing that was continued from our last meeting in April. And the project description, this is a residential development including 12 single-family dwelling units, 2 4-story garden apartment buildings with 54 units each, 1 and 2 bedroom. And this was being, this application came in under the comprehensive permit, in which case the planning board serves as the sole arbiter of the approval or disapproval and or any conditions that might be attached to an approval. As a result of the Fuss and O'Neill engineering study, which came in last week and Wednesday, it was felt that there was not enough time for the applicant or the planning board to appropriately look at that in the context of the new, it's essentially the same proposal, but it has not been heard for a year or more. So as a consequence, the applicant has requested a continuation to our regularly scheduled June 23rd meeting. And this is done so that the deadline for action does not begin, or the process that leads to the deadline for action does not begin until that meeting on the 23rd. So I'd ask for a motion to accept the continuance.
So moved.
Jenny, and second, Terry, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so there's that. Public comments? You come up and just give your name, address, and go to town.
I just want to say, I think it's great that there could be some thought in terms of how like these meetings are how we are advertised, and know that all of these, and I knew that this meeting even happened tonight, and I that is that I read about it in the paper. I didn't know there was but I know the town of Swansea, when I drive by, they have an electronic sign that says, town meeting this date or tonight with the times. And I think just relying on people. I read it, I get it, I love it. I know a lot of people that it's probably just even for people like I saw how long they've done, maybe he'd be interested.
I think it's a very good idea. I mean, this is one of the problems with communication, and also with the current situation where people don't read newspapers anymore. That is really, we haven't kept up with the reality of the world, which is, a lot of the stuff is online. In terms of an electronic sign, I know that the town has them, but I'm not sure how that could be used. But I do think we could post something. And I think what I can do is I can talk to Mike Rigo at the Warren Times Gazette and see if there is a way for them to surface these meetings a little bit better than they are. I mean, in terms of even the agenda. The agenda would need to go to him prior to the week prior. So, we'll definitely give that some thought. I completely agree. There's nothing worse than getting all psyched and coming in and then realizing it's not going to happen.
The town council is looking at redesigning the town website. They're looking at social media. They are aware of some of the challenges with social media because they don't want to get trolled. They want to be able to post information on places like X and Facebook and TikTok without having to then moderate the conversation that comes from that. And they are exploring how and that was discussed 2 town council meetings ago. I wasn't at the last town council meeting, so I don't know where they are on that. But it is something that the town council is aware of, not just for the planning board, but for all town meetings and town activities, how to get the word out more, because they would love to have greater communication and participation with the people that we work for.
What we can do is make a recommendation to the town council that they move expeditiously on this process that they're already doing, but do it through the planning board as well. So, I mean, I really appreciate your concern, and I share it, as did, I'm sure, everybody on the board, and does the town.
My former town, Madison, Alabama, used to have a way on their website that you would sign up. If you were interested in planning board, you could go and sign up on the planning board page, give them your email address and say, I want to be
And
notified.
there is
I
a,
think you could, so, just so you know, every public meeting in the state of Rhode Island is on the Secretary of State website. It has to be by law. So you can put in Warren Planning Commission. Everything's there, the agenda is there. Tonight's my application there, but I believe you could set up notifications to that website.
To the, as a
So,
link.
You post to the planning board or the swimming board.
Very good.
You get notifications. Check that out. I mean, that's where I get my information through that site. My legal.
Yeah, no, those are all really great ideas, and also if I send the cheap, like, town hall meeting.
Yeah.
Like, forget all the, like a town hall flag. Like,
Yeah, no, I
you
hear you.
know, it's kind of-
And that's a simple idea, just goes out there on the Monday, you put it out there on the
And-
road,
and-
it says meeting tonight.
and of course, the website does have the calendar on it. The town website does have the calendar on it, so.
But again, I think making it easier and more accessible, and I like the idea of people being able to subscribe to a notification system that would then put them onto the Secretary of State, because it wouldn't be onerous to the town staff to have to fill it in. It would simply be a matter of sending out one email to that list, so.
Yeah.
But, I won't make that.
Part of that is part of the web management, and there's no money for it, unfortunately, right now. So even though the town council would like to see this all happen, it has no money to dedicate to making it happen.
I might be quite a lot.
Great, no, that would be terrific.
Budget, so that's what I'm talking about, like. simple.
Yeah, no, I think that's very important, and I think the points that we want to make for this resolution to go to the town council is that we improve the notification to the town residents concerning planning board meetings specifically. And the way that we recommend doing that is through a notification system that people can sign up for that would link them to the Secretary of State's website that would have the information on it, so that they don't see it as being.
The date and time wouldn't tell you that Settlers Green was being pushed back.
No, but this is highly unusual. What's
Yeah.
happened, I mean, in the 20 years I've been doing this, this is first time this has ever happened with this, like it just keeps going.
6 months.
So it's, and it's unfortunate, I know that one of the folks in town is organized folks against this and put in a note in the newspaper, and it's just the nature of the beast is, you wouldn't want to legislate for this kind of setup because it so rarely happens. On the other hand, the idea of having a notification system and having people looped in to what's going on seems absolutely sensible, and may lead to more people becoming volunteers on the planning board and other boards. Think about that one. Sure. Yeah, no, this is, yeah, absolutely. No, and that's the spirit that it's taken in. I mean, definitely. So, you got that, Alyssa, the thing. So, we'll have a motion to, forward this resolution to the town council. I'll make that, motion. Second, Terry, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. There you go.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, so that's it. There's not much else, on the horizon, from what I understand. Is there any update on the planner position?
Has it been advertised?
Oh, yeah,
And-
it's
and-
through the APA too, the American
And,
Association.
and do you know how many applicants?
I don't know how many applicants, but I do know that it was reposted.
Okay,
Because there were two applicants that were reviewed and then they.
There were a few, yeah.
Yeah, they didn't work out.
Are we just posting? Are we using like recruiting sources or?
Yeah.
Oh, we're just posting, though, we're not like bringing on a third party to recruit for us.
We have a HR director.
Okay.
So she is posting.
Awesome.
And Allison is still, working with us.
Great.
It's just, there's no purpose to her coming in. Okay, I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Second, Blake, all in favor?
Aye.
All right,